The return of my Coin Lady channel brings me much joy. The future of Bitcoin is going to be discussed. The XRP targets we set have been dead on with my expectations. Let's talk about Bitcoin. We'll go over the CME gap again, its current location, the likelihood of our dropping back down to it, the likelihood of this final dip ending, and the actions of the major institutions. We covered this all last night, during the live stream. Thus, without further ado, unwind and take it easy. What do you think? $86,380 for a Bitcoin. Ethereum, which is presently trading at $2,345 is down 4.75%. USDT and USDC are trading at their dollar pegs, while XRP is trading at a mean lead of 2,023 cents. It's been a good day for cryptocurrencies thus far, with a 2.11% decline and a total market worth of $2.8 trillion. The question now is, what's next? In my opinion, it's really straightforward. Bitcoin regains its previous level of around $90,000. My prediction is that Bitcoin will eventually break out and reach a new all-time high. We will return to working to close that CME gap if Bitcoin is unable to regain its footing in the $90,000 to $100,000 range. Right now, let's open up trading perspective. Back in November, this hole was made. This is where it is. It was us. During the live webcast, we discussed this. Why is there a chasm? How wide is the CME chasm? In what ways is it safe? It's easy as pie. If there is price action over the weekend, and vice versa, the futures markets will reopen on Monday morning as these contracts are only traded Monday through Friday. If there was a huge spike in pricing, or a precipitous drop in price, this void appears on weekends, when futures markets are closed. What does the gap that created between 77,000 and 80,000 mean? It's clearly visible here. When the futures markets closed on Friday, Bitcoin was at 77,000. From Saturday through Monday, Bitcoin had a $3 to $4 run to the upside, and then this huge gap appeared. Yes, these gaps do shut 70% of the time, which is why there are no candles in it. It seemed like there was a 30% chance that this void would never be filled. I was among those who thought we wouldn't return. Why? From this gap, Bitcoin rose approximately $35,000. I assumed it had happened long ago. I was under the impression that we would get over it and simply leave the gap as is, but it seems like Bitcoin has other plans. As you can see in the lower left, we have support ranges. It's sending about 87,000. You have my support in green. The resistance of the reds. Where do we go from here? We have resistance sitting just above us at approximately 89.5, and it goes all the way up to roughly 92,000. Even the most basic Bitcoins will eventually overcome this obstacle. In such case, we will either break out to new all-time highs or retest these support levels, depending on the market's reaction. Yes, the gap would be filled by the first area support, which is sitting between 72,000 and 74,000. Support might be found in the lower $60,000 region, if that line fails to hold. The bull run is far from over just yet. That is not what this suggests. In my opinion, what is the future trajectory of this market? Around my opinion, this void will be filled, and the price of XRP will drop to somewhere around the middle. Not a huge deal. I think the chart we had was about $1.77 to $1.96. Inside that zone, you'll find a huge XRP support area. What is causing the price to decrease, do you mean to ask? Big, I guess, manages the market. If Bitcoin continues to fall in order to bridge the CME gap, the rest of the market will likely follow suit. All coins, however, have done exceptionally well recently. To refresh your memory, the last time Bitcoin saw a slump, XRP star crashed all the way down to $77. This time, Bitcoin fell below $90,000, falling to roughly $82,000, and XRP is still hovering around $2, or what we'll call the 2020 cent level. Another correction is going to hit the alts here, in my opinion. It seems like Squeaky Mouse is under the impression that we'll reach the $2 region again, before we witness the next upward movement. I support it. I get it. Is the market doomed if a bull market persists? I don't anticipate this being too lengthy. I don't anticipate a great deal of anguish and misery down here. I anticipate this rise to be brief, and then a return to higher prices at the end of next month, the end of Q1, and the start of Q2 in April, as cryptos like to do. So keep an eye on my predictions. You can't scare me away with whales. With the knowledge that Ethereum will reach 10,000s and altcoins will pump 20 to 50 times in the next 6 to 8 months, I'm holding tight. That's correct. Our progress is ongoing. If you want to buy into a bull market right before it pumps up, this is going to be one of the best opportunities you'll find. Next, we see a pattern. Either North Korea or South Korea is involved. A little background. South Korea is the good Korea. The North Korean government has been named by the FBI as the perpetrator of the $1.5 billion crypto breach. This is fascinating. First things first, folks, time is everything. Newton Winklevoss of Gemini. The SEC will not be taking any further action against Gemini and has concluded its inquiry into the matter, according to a litigation council that was constituted on Monday. Their inquiry began 699 days ago, and we received a Wells notification 277 days ago. Despite this being a significant step towards the conclusion of the crypto war, which also involves the SEC dropping the Coinbase case and ending investigations into OpenSea, Robinhood and Uniswap, it falls short in redressing the harm that this agency has inflicted upon us, our sector, and the United States. We lost hundreds of millions of dollars due to lost productivity, creativity, and invention, and tens of millions due to legal disputes with the SEC. Well, Gemini isn't the only one. The SEC's actions on Ripple and other cryptocurrency startups cost tens of millions of dollars more and stifled American economic progress. That is why ending the corruption within this organization was a top priority for President Trump upon taking office. What have we observed thus far? Just 1 month after Trump took office, the SEC dropped all litigation involving coins, closed the OpenSea investigation, dropped charges against Robinhood, and dropped all charges against Uniswap. Putting the Tron litigation on hold, I expect the 2 remaining lawsuits involving Ripple v. the SEC, and the one involving Tron to conclude any day now. Just in case you forgot, on Monday we reviewed the Sunshine Act meeting that the SEC had, and we discussed the several references to Ripple and XRP in that paper. Therefore, this is what you get. President Trump has announced plans to close more than 120 IRS tax offices around the country, and at the same time, the SEC ends the uniform system-wide payment probe. This is great. Seeing my video is an honor. Bye for now, and please subscribe to my channel and give it a like.